Hey guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. I want to talk to you guys about lettering and how to hand letter on your cookies. So I'm going to show you, I've got this baby cutter from Kaleido-Cuts. I've already just done it in white icing. It's dried for over a day. And I've got my Kaleido-Cuts baby font here that we are going to be using, and I'm going to show you two different methods of how to do this. One is going to be pressure piping. I'm going to show you how to do pressure piping with your piping bag and your icing, and then the other one is I'm going to show you how to fill in to do really beautiful letters. So let's first go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do pressure piping. So pressure piping is just defined as how much pressure you are putting on your piping bag when you're doing your design. So like I said, I've got my image here. I can move it around. I got my Pico and everything set up. So I am just adjusting my image to make sure that it is just right on my cookie. I had it and then I lost it. I made it too big. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start off. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start off over here on the right. Sometimes it's easier to go left to right to left, but I'm just going to show you how to go right to left, just like normal. So if you want really, really nice lines, you want to use your projector for this, but you absolutely don't have to. But all I'm doing, I'm just holding my bag like so, and the trick to hand lettering is knowing when to have a thicker line, and it's always going to be your down stroke. So just remember that. Anytime that you have a downstroke, I'm going to be pressure piping it, and I'm going to be squeezing a little bit harder. So when I come around the corner here, I'm going to squeeze much harder than I was on that upstroke. All right, so I'm just going to use my scribe. While it's still wet, you want to do this probably if you're just doing this for the first time, pressure piping, you want to just go line by line while your icing is still wet, so that, well, I don't know what that was. I think my dog just got something. It's my other dog. All right, so I'm just squeezing. And then for those other lines, I'm just doing like a regular, like an out piped line like I would if I was floating around or outlining a cookie. And then again, I've got this downward stroke. And so I'm just going to come back in here, like I said, with my scribe and just kind of smooth things out. Now this icing is just my regular outline piped icing. You can use a little bit thinner if you're more comfortable. I would suggest use a little bit thinner if you were just starting out experimenting with hand lettering. That will make it a little bit easier. So see how I'm squeezing a little bit more, and then that one I'm pulling pretty far away from the cookie. So these I don't have to go back through with my scribe, but it just kind of makes me feel better. All right, then let's do this last little Y. And then we've got our little loop, which can be a little challenging. And then bring it back around. All right, so I'm just going to use my scribe just to kind of even that out. All right. All right, so that's how you do pressure piping. You're just putting more pressure on that icing bag. So now let's do where we're gonna have the lines. And I'm gonna show you how to fill in the lines with your flood icing. So again, you wanna use just like your regular outline icing. You could use a smaller tip. This is a 2.5 tip. I'm actually gonna change it, I think, to a number 2 tip. I like to hand letter in either a number 2 or a 1.5 preferably. Just kind of depends on how thick my icing is. All right, so again, I'm going to start here where I did before. And instead of applying more pressure when I get to the top, I'm just going to outline that whole line. Then I'm going to do the other half of the line. And then I'm just going to do that all the way through. I'm just outlining that big outline there. For this one here, I'm going to go ahead and pipe down the middle, and that just keeps it from cratering. Craters are when you have air bubbles in your icing. They pop, and then you get a hole in your icing, and that is no fun. Another way to avoid craters is to put your cookie directly in front of a fan right after you have decorated it. So right after you have done all of this, normally if I was doing this on a set, I would do one cookie and go put it in front of a fan because I don't want any craters. So this one, I'm just going to move this over just a hair. And so you don't have to stick with exactly like the design, but you want to be pretty close. And then this is just the part that gets a little bit tricky. Because you're doing lots of loops here, loopy loops. If you can hear that, it's my dog walking around. It's kind of funny. All right, so now I've got my flood icing in here. This is a pretty thin icing. It's like the consistency of maple syrup. And I'm just going to go through each piece, and after each time I'm going to, and now I don't even need that, and you might be able to see a little bit better. I'm just going to go through and run my scribe all the way through. Can we just talk about how much I love this color? Well, that was almost disastrous. That's my bag clip that fell. It's like, what fell? All right, so you're just going, all I'm doing is just going through each letter and just being uber careful. And again, you just want to make sure that you can dry this right in front of a fan, and that's going to keep it from cratering, and it's going to give you that shiny, beautiful sheen on your cookie. And there goes the other dog. So, apologize for all you dog owners. You know what it's like. Oh man, oh man. All right, we're almost to the end, and I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to hold them up side by side because I want you to see the difference. That there's not one that's better than the other. I think pressure piping is definitely faster, but I think doing it this way, it looks better. So you have the bottom one is pressure piped, and the top one is where we have filled it in. So very different look to them, but that is how it's done. Hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know, but I will look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday. Make sure you sign up for my wait list for my Cookie Academy that is coming so soon. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.